Your true love just sent you the best gift ever. Check your door in the next 10 minutes, ***. Before your mind turns this into something literal, pause here, don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs it right now in a deeper, steadier way. This is not about a package, a knock, or a sudden surprise from the outside world. The universe doesn't move through panic or spectacle when something is real. What's happening right now is quieter than that, and much more powerful. The door being referenced isn't physical, it's internal, and it opened the moment you stopped needing proof. Somewhere recently, without forcing it, without announcing it, something inside you softened and strengthened at the same time. You released a version of waiting that was tied to anxiety. You stopped scanning signs with urgency. You stopped bracing your heart for disappointment. And that internal shift created space. Listen to this carefully, because space is where true love finally has room to arrive. Your true love doesn't send gifts to impress you, rush you, or keep you guessing. They send gifts that meet you where you are emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. The gift moving toward you right now is not something you hold in your hands, it's something you stand inside. You may have felt it already as a strange calm, a sense of relief without explanation, or a quiet knowing that you're no longer waiting in the same way you used to. Your heart needs this right now because this calm isn't emptiness, it's alignment. Don't scroll, stay till the end, because this is where the universe explains what the next 10 minutes really means. It's not a countdown. It's a threshold. A moment of crossing from hoping into receiving, from seeking into allowing. When you reached that internal stillness, your true love felt it. Not as distance, not as loss, but as grounding. They sensed that you are no longer emotionally available for confusion, mixed signals, or half energy. That awareness activated something serious on their side, not urgency, not panic, but intention beginning to form. Intention always moves slower than fantasy, but it moves with permanence. Listen to this gently, because signs may have been appearing around you to stabilize you during this shift. Angel numbers like 444 showing up when you felt calm, reminding you that you're protected while things realign. 222 appearing when you question balance, signaling that partnership energy is adjusting quietly. 111 showing up when you felt clear, confirming that a new chapter has already begun within you. These weren't promises of an event, they were confirmations of readiness. Your heart needs this right now because the greatest gift your true love can send is emotional safety. Safety that doesn't come from reassurance, but from consistency. Safety that doesn't need urgency to feel alive. Safety that doesn't require you to abandon yourself to receive it. Don't scroll, because this part matters deeply. The universe is not asking you to wait by the door. It's asking you to notice that the door you once guarded so tightly is no longer locked from fear. You are open without being exposed. Hopeful without being desperate. Calm without being detached. That balance is rare, and it's exactly what aligned love responds to. Whether this gift shows up as a conversation, a shift in behavior, a deepening of peace, or a sudden clarity about what no longer belongs in your life, it will arrive gently. It will not shock your nervous system. It will not create chaos. You'll recognize it by how natural it feels. Love that's meant for you doesn't knock loudly, it enters when you finally feel safe enough to receive it. Listen to this carefully, because the universe wants you grounded, not excited. The excitement will come later. Right now, the gift is stability. The gift is knowing you are no longer standing outside your own life waiting for love to choose you. You have already chosen yourself, and that choice changed the timeline. Breathe into that truth. Trust what's unfolding without trying to control how or when it shows up. And if this message settled your heart instead of rushing it, subscribe and stay connected, because what comes next won't arrive through countdowns or signs you have to chase. It will arrive through alignment, clarity, and a kind of love that meets you quietly at the door you already opened within yourself. It started as a moment you almost ignored. Not excitement, not anticipation, but a strange emotional quiet that didn't need explanation. This message is for you because that quiet was not emptiness, it was recognition. Somewhere inside you, a part that used to lean forward emotionally chose to sit back and observe. Not out of fear. Out of confidence. And when that happens, the universe responds differently. Your true love felt that internal repositioning immediately, even if they couldn't name it. Not as distance, but as shifted gravity. Listen to this carefully, because gravity doesn't announce itself, it alters everything around it. You didn't stop caring. You stopped orbiting. And that subtle change rewrote the energetic contract between you and love itself. Your heart needs this right now because you may feel oddly untouched by uncertainty, like questions don't hook into you the way they used to. That's not indifference, that's emotional authority waking up. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this phase is rarely understood while it's happening. The gift your true love is sending isn't something you unwrap, it's something that lands. It lands as stability. As emotional safety. As the absence of urgency. When you stopped needing love to arrive in a specific way, something aligned behind the scenes. The universe does its cleanest work when you're no longer watching it perform. Angel numbers may appear now without intensity. You might notice 3:18 during moments of clarity, signaling that higher understanding has replaced emotional confusion. You might see 5:28 when you feel grounded, reflecting change that has already integrated. These signs are not pushing you forward, they're anchoring you where you are. This message is for you because you are learning that real love doesn't activate your nervous system, it regulates it. And that regulation changed how your true love holds you internally. They are no longer interacting with an emotionally available version of you that waits, hopes, or adjusts. They are encountering someone who is complete, present, and no longer negotiating with uncertainty. Listen gently, because this is where love either rises into alignment or reveals its limits. You may notice that your inner dialogue has softened. You're not rehearsing conversations. You're not bracing for disappointment. You're not scanning for signs. You are allowing life to meet you where you stand. And where you stand now is solid. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. The universe is not preparing you for arrival, it is confirming readiness. The door imagery was never about something coming to you. It was about you no longer standing outside yourself. Whether your true love steps forward with clarity or remains in contemplation, you will not be destabilized. That's the gift. Emotional independence without emotional shutdown. Angel numbers like 728 may appear when you're calm, signaling inner wisdom consolidating. Seeing 218 during reflective moments may confirm balance no longer requires effort. Stay with this message, because the real shift is this: you are no longer measuring love by movement. You are measuring it by fit. And fit feels quiet. Fit feels natural. Fit doesn't rush you. Whatever comes next will not demand urgency, proof, or emotional labor. It will arrive in a way that doesn't cost you your peace. Breathe into that. Let the calm hold. This part of the story isn't about anticipation, it's about embodiment. And embodiment is what changes timelines without drama. It came to you through your body before your thoughts, and that's how you know this phase is different. This message is for you because lately you may have noticed that your reactions changed before your mind could explain why. Your chest doesn't tighten the same way. Your stomach doesn't drop when silence appears. Your breath doesn't shorten when the future feels unclear. That is not detachment, that is safety finally settling into your nervous system. And when safety arrives internally, love reorganizes externally whether anyone plans it or not. Listen to this carefully, because this is the layer most people miss. You didn't become less emotional, you became less activated. You're no longer operating from survival inside connection. You're operating from presence. And presence changes how your true love experiences you at a soul level. Your heart needs this right now because you may be wondering why things feel quieter but heavier at the same time. Why nothing dramatic is happening, yet everything feels more serious. That seriousness is not tension, it's depth. It's the weight of something real replacing the volatility of something uncertain. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this phase is not about signs chasing you or outcomes rushing toward you. It's about your system learning what regulated love feels like. The universe does not deliver aligned love into dysregulated bodies. It prepares the body first. Somewhere recently, you stopped needing reassurance to feel okay. You stopped interpreting silence as danger. You stopped confusing longing with love. And that internal correction shifted the entire energetic field around you. Your true love felt it not as loss, but as recalibration. They began sensing that you are no longer emotionally accessible through confusion, mixed signals, or delay. Not because you withdrew, but because you stabilized. Listen gently, because stabilization is confronting for anyone who benefited from emotional flexibility before. Angel numbers may have shown up during moments of physical calm rather than emotional intensity. You might have noticed 428 when your body felt relaxed, signaling foundation locking in. You might have seen 638 when you felt neutral, confirming harmony returning to your internal rhythm. These are not messages asking you to act. They are confirmations that your body and soul are finally aligned. This message is for you because your true love is now interacting with a version of you that doesn't rush connection into certainty. They feel the difference in how you hold conversations, how you pause, how you allow silence without filling it. That difference creates reflection. Reflection creates honesty. And honesty creates choice. Don't scroll, because this is where the gift deepens. The gift is not arrival, it's fit. You are no longer willing to contort yourself emotionally to make love feel safe. And because of that, anything that approaches you now must meet your nervous system, not your hope. Listen carefully, because you may notice that even curiosity about what comes next feels softer. You're not chasing answers. You're allowing answers to reveal themselves through reality. That is a profound shift. Angel numbers like 838 may appear when you feel steady, reflecting karmic balance stabilizing without effort. Seeing 238 during moments of reflection may confirm that reciprocity is no longer something you wait for, it's something you require naturally. Stay with this message, because the universe is no longer preparing you for love that excites you, it's aligning you with love that holds you. The true love meant for you will not activate anxiety, urgency, or emotional labor. It will feel familiar to your body in the safest way. Whether this unfolds through a conversation, a choice, a shift, or a quiet continuation, it will not pull you out of yourself. That's how you'll know it's real. Breathe into that truth. Let your body stay relaxed. Let your mind stay open. You are no longer waiting at the door. You are living inside alignment. And from this place, whatever belongs to you will not need to announce itself loudly, it will recognize you, because you finally recognize yourself. It surfaced through time, not emotion, the way moments started carrying a different weight for you, almost like the clock itself stopped asking you to rush. This message is for you because when time loses its pressure, it means your soul has stepped out of urgency. You may have noticed that you're no longer measuring days by progress, no longer checking emotional distance as if it were a countdown. The future feels less like something you're waiting to enter and more like something quietly unfolding around you. That is not stagnation. That is alignment syncing your inner rhythm with reality. Listen to this carefully, because this phase rarely feels dramatic, yet it quietly determines the rest of the story. You didn't consciously decide to stop waiting, waiting simply stopped making sense to your nervous system. Your heart needs this right now because neutrality used to scare you. Silence used to feel like loss. Now both feel like space. And space is where truth breathes. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this is where love starts approaching you on a different timeline. Your true love is no longer pulled toward you by urgency, fear of loss, or emotional intensity. They are pulled by recognition of who you are now, not who you used to be when you were emotionally available to uncertainty. Recognition takes time because it rewrites internal beliefs. They are realizing that access to you no longer comes through potential or history. It comes through presence. And presence cannot be rushed. Listen gently, because what they are processing now is not whether they care, it's whether they can meet you without relying on old dynamics. They feel that you no longer organize your life around possible outcomes. You are organized around truth. And truth has its own pace. Angel numbers may be appearing now during ordinary moments instead of emotional ones. You might notice 541 while doing something routine, signaling that change has stabilized and no longer needs your attention. You might see 741 during quiet reflection, confirming that wisdom is integrating into your daily awareness rather than arriving as revelation. These are not signals to prepare, they are confirmations that preparation is complete. This message is for you because you are no longer meant to live in emotional rehearsal. You're not imagining conversations before they happen. You're not bracing for disappointment. You're not calculating timing. That absence of rehearsal has freed enormous energy. You may notice that your focus has expanded into areas of life that once felt secondary: rest, creativity, clarity, even joy. That doesn't mean love disappeared. It means love stopped demanding your nervous system. Listen to this carefully, because this is where many people misunderstand what's happening. They mistake calm for lack of movement. But calm is movement, inward movement. The gift unfolding now is trust without control. Trust that doesn't need certainty. Trust that doesn't need confirmation. Trust that rests in self-respect rather than hope. Your true love feels this shift as a change in how you occupy space. You no longer lean emotionally into moments. You let moments come to you. You don't fill silence. You allow it to reveal truth. That allowance is confronting. It invites honesty, either from them, or from reality itself. Don't scroll, because this part matters deeply. You are no longer available for love that needs tension to feel alive. You didn't set this boundary intellectually, your body set it for you. Your nervous system learned safety. And once safety is learned, chaos stops being attractive. Angel numbers like 8. For 1 may appear when you feel grounded, reflecting karmic balance becoming practical rather than symbolic. Seeing 241 during moments of calm may confirm that partnership energy is reorganizing without your involvement. Stay with this message, because the most important shift is invisible. You are no longer chasing timing. You are living in coherence. Whatever unfolds next will not feel rushed, confusing, or destabilizing. It will feel proportionate, appropriate, real. It will match the steadiness you now carry instead of challenging it. Breathe into that. Let time continue moving at its new pace. You are no longer waiting inside moments, you are living through them. And from this place, what truly belongs to you will arrive without needing a signal, because you are already standing exactly where it can meet you. It showed up as a change in memory, not forgetting, but loosening, the way certain moments no longer pulled at you the way they once did. This message is for you because when memories lose their emotional grip, it doesn't mean they weren't real, it means they've finished teaching you what they came to teach. You may have noticed that thoughts about your true love still arise, but they don't carry the same charge. They pass through without hijacking your mood, without dragging you into longing or replay. That is not distance. That is integration. Listen to this carefully, because this is one of the most misunderstood stages of alignment. People think love fades when emotion softens, but what actually fades is attachment built on uncertainty. What remains is something steadier, quieter, and far more durable. Your heart needs this right now because you may be questioning why you feel calm instead of pulled, why you're not chasing meaning in every sign or moment anymore. That calm isn't loss. It's self-trust finally overriding old patterns. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this phase determines what kind of love can meet you next. As your memories reorganized, your inner narrative changed. You stopped defining yourself by what almost happened, by what was unclear, by what you once hoped would become something more. Instead, you began defining yourself by how you feel now, grounded, steady, emotionally intact. And that shift altered the energetic invitation you send out. Your true love felt this as a subtle withdrawal of emotional access, not because you closed your heart, but because your heart no longer stays open to ambiguity. Listen gently, because what they're encountering now is not rejection, it's reality. They sense that you are no longer emotionally flexible in ways that once made things easy but unstable. That realization forces honesty, and honesty takes time to metabolize. Angel numbers may be appearing now in ways that feel almost ordinary. You might notice 6:52 during moments of peace, signaling emotional harmony locking into place. You might catch 9:52 when reflecting, confirming a karmic loop closing quietly. These are not signs asking you to prepare or wait. They are acknowledgments that a chapter has completed its work inside you. This message is for you because you are no longer meant to keep emotional doors open out of habit. You are allowed to let what doesn't align drift without explanation. That doesn't make you cold. It makes you congruent. And congruence is magnetic. Don't scroll, because this is where the gift becomes unmistakable. The gift is emotional continuity. You feel like the same person from morning to night. You're not regulated only when things go well. You're regulated because regulation is now internal. Your true love feels this continuity when they think of you. They feel that you are no longer an emotional question mark. You are a complete presence. And complete presences invite either commitment or retreat, nothing in between. Listen carefully, because this is where timelines resolve themselves without confrontation. You're not pushing for clarity. You're allowing clarity to reveal itself through consistency, yours. You may notice that even future-oriented thoughts don't pull you forward anymore. You're not living ahead of yourself. You're here. And being here has softened your attachment to outcomes without dulling your capacity to love. Angel numbers like 852 may appear when you feel grounded, reflecting balance becoming embodied. Seeing 252 during neutral moments may confirm that reciprocity is now a baseline, not a hope. Stay with this message, because you are no longer meant to build love on anticipation. You are aligned with love that meets you where you stand. Whatever unfolds next will not feel like a dramatic shift. It will feel like recognition catching up to reality. Whether your true love steps forward with clarity or remains where they are, you will not be destabilized. You have already crossed the internal threshold. Breathe into that. Let memory stay gentle. Let the future remain open without pulling you. You are no longer defined by what might happen. You are defined by who you are now. Steady, present, and finally free to receive love that does not require you to wait, wonder, or work to be chosen. It revealed itself through identity, not emotion, the quiet realization that you no longer introduce yourself to the world from a place of waiting. This message is for you because something fundamental has shifted in how you see yourself inside connection. You may have noticed it subtly. You don't narrate your life around if anymore. If they reach out. If things change. If clarity arrives. Those conditional versions of you have gently stepped aside. In their place stands someone who knows who they are even when nothing is confirmed. That is not detachment. That is self-definition. Listen to this carefully, because when identity stabilizes, love can no longer approach you casually. Your true love now encounters you as someone who is not auditioning for a future, you are living in the present with self-respect intact. Your heart needs this right now because identity shifts are often quiet, and quiet shifts can make you question whether anything is happening at all. But identity is the deepest movement there is. It rewrites what you tolerate, what you allow, and what you attract without effort. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this stage determines what kind of partnership is even possible going forward. You didn't wake up one day and decide to change who you are. It happened organically as you stopped abandoning yourself emotionally. You stopped explaining your worth internally. You stopped negotiating with doubt. And as a result, the version of you that once waited in emotional flexibility dissolved. Your true love felt this as a loss of familiarity, not because you became distant, but because you became defined. Defined people cannot be accessed through ambiguity. Listen gently, because what they are now sensing is not resistance, it's structure. Structure creates safety for aligned love and discomfort for misaligned dynamics. That discomfort is not your responsibility to soothe. This message is for you because you are no longer meant to reintroduce yourself as understanding at the cost of clarity. You are understanding and clear now. That combination changes everything. Angel numbers may be appearing now around moments of self-recognition rather than emotional processing. You might notice 1:26 when you feel certain about a choice without needing confirmation, signaling self-leadership activating. You might see 7:26 during moments of reflection, confirming that inner wisdom has fully integrated into how you identify yourself. These are not prompts to evolve, they are confirmations that evolution has already happened. Don't scroll, because this is where the gift takes a more permanent form. The gift is self-consistency. You no longer feel like different versions of yourself depending on who you're with or what's happening. You are the same person in presence, absence, certainty, and uncertainty. And that consistency is rare. Your true love feels this as gravity. Gravity doesn't chase. It draws. Listen carefully, because this is also where timelines quietly resolve. When identity stabilizes, you stop waiting for others to choose you in order to feel chosen. You are chosen by yourself. And from that place, love can only arrive as recognition, not rescue. You may notice that conversations feel different now, even imagined ones. You don't script them. You don't rehearse them. You trust that if something is meant to be said, it will be said cleanly. Angel numbers like 826 may appear when you feel grounded, reflecting balance becoming embodied rather than desired. Seeing 2:26 during moments of calm may confirm that partnership energy is now responding to who you are, not what you hope for. Stay with this message, because what unfolds next will not ask you to redefine yourself again. It will meet the identity you now inhabit. Whether your true love steps forward with presence or remains where they are, you will not feel erased, questioned, or diminished. You will remain intact. Breathe into that. Let identity settle fully into your body. You are no longer someone love happens to. You are someone love must meet where you stand. And from this place, whatever arrives will not require explanation, endurance, or self-sacrifice. It will recognize you immediately, because you finally recognize yourself. It emerged through choice without effort, the kind you don't debate, don't justify, and don't announce. This message is for you because lately you may have noticed that decisions feel simpler, not because life became easier, but because you stopped abandoning yourself while making them. You no longer ask, will this keep them close, or will this change how I'm seen? Instead, the question that guides you now is quieter and firmer. Does this respect who I am? That shift didn't come from confidence alone, it came from alignment settling so deeply that your nervous system refuses to move against itself anymore. Listen to this carefully, because this is where everything you've integrated begins to operate automatically. Your true love now encounters a version of you who doesn't negotiate their center. Not aggressively. Not defensively. Simply naturally. And that natural boundary changes how love can approach you. Your heart needs this right now because effortless choice can feel unfamiliar after a lifetime of emotional calculation. You may wonder why you're not weighing outcomes the way you used to, why you're not emotionally bargaining with the future. That's because your system finally trusts itself. You no longer need to choose for love, you choose from wholeness. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this stage is where many people accidentally self-sabotage by doubting their own stability. They think calm means nothing is happening. But calm here means everything important has already happened internally. The universe doesn't rush aligned love, it stabilizes you first so you don't lose yourself when it arrives. Listen gently, because your true love feels this as a shift in how accessible you are. Not inaccessible, selective. They sense that you no longer respond to emotional ambiguity with patience or explanation. You respond with presence or absence, clarity or stillness. And that clarity removes emotional leverage from old patterns. It invites truth. Truth in whether they can meet you without convenience. Truth in whether they can choose you without hesitation. That truth is forming now, slowly, honestly, without drama. And you are no longer inside that process trying to influence it. Angel numbers may appear now in moments of decision rather than emotion. You might notice 3. 17 when you choose rest over overextension, signaling higher wisdom guiding your priorities. You might see 8-17 when you hold a boundary without guilt, confirming karmic balance locking into behavior. These are not signs asking you to think more, they're affirmations that your body already knows. This message is for you because you are no longer required to explain why you choose peace. Peace is no longer a preference, it's your baseline. Don't scroll, because this part matters deeply. You are now living from self-trust that doesn't need reinforcement. You don't look for reassurance that you're doing the right thing. You feel it. That feeling changes what stays in your life. It changes how love must show up to remain. The true love meant for you will not experience your steadiness as pressure. They will experience it as safety. Anyone who experiences it as distance is revealing their own relationship with clarity. Listen carefully, because this is where timelines quietly resolve again. When you stop choosing from fear of loss, life stops presenting lessons about loss. You may notice that even when uncertainty exists, it doesn't control your behavior. You don't chase answers. You don't withdraw in protest. You remain yourself. Angel numbers like 7-17 may appear when you feel centered, signaling inner alignment fully integrated. Seeing 2-17 during moments of neutrality may confirm that partnership energy is now responding to your stability rather than your hope. Stay with this message, because what unfolds next will not ask you to compromise the version of yourself you've become. You will not need to choose between love and self-respect again. That crossroads is behind you. Whether your true love steps forward with grounded intention or remains where they are, you will continue moving from wholeness. And wholeness changes everything it touches. Breathe into that. Let choice remain effortless. You are no longer deciding who to be based on what might happen. You are being who you are, and letting life respond. It arrived as belonging, not to a person, but to yourself, the quiet moment you realized you no longer feel out of place in your own life. This message is for you because this stage is subtle and often overlooked, yet it is the one that changes everything permanently. You may have noticed that you don't feel like you're waiting to step into the real version of your life anymore. You're already here. Your days feel more honest. Your emotions feel proportionate. Even uncertainty no longer feels threatening, it feels neutral. That neutrality isn't emptiness, it's home. Listen to this carefully, because when you belong to yourself, love can only meet you in truth. Your true love now encounters you as someone who is not searching for completion. You are complete, and that completeness changes the tone of everything. Your heart needs this right now because this is the phase where people often expect fireworks and instead receive peace. And peace can feel unfamiliar if you're used to intensity being mistaken for connection. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this is where the gift becomes fully visible. The gift was never something arriving at your door, it was you no longer standing outside your own worth hoping to be invited in. You've moved inside. And from inside, everything looks different. Listen gently, because your true love feels this belonging as a shift in how they relate to you internally. They no longer sense someone emotionally available to be filled, convinced, or rescued. They sense someone settled. Settled people don't create drama, but they do create truth. And truth forces choice. Not rushed choice. Not pressured choice. Honest choice. This message is for you because you are no longer responsible for how long that choice takes. You're not timing it. You're not measuring it. You're not holding your breath for it. You are living. And living is what aligned love responds to. Angel numbers may still appear, but now they feel almost like background music rather than instructions. You might notice 908 during moments of contentment, signaling a cycle fully integrated. You might see 608 when you feel emotionally steady, confirming that harmony is now internal, not conditional. These aren't signs that something is coming, they are acknowledgments that something has arrived within you. Don't scroll, because this part matters deeply. You may notice that your standards no longer feel like rules. They feel like natural extensions of who you are. You don't have to enforce them aggressively. You don't have to explain them. Life simply adjusts around them. That's belonging embodied. Your true love will either feel at home in that energy or feel unable to enter it. And either response gives you clarity without costing you peace. Listen carefully, because this is where you stop fearing endings altogether. You understand now that what ends was never meant to stay in a life where you finally feel at home. And what stays will not threaten that sense of home. Your heart needs this right now because you are no longer chasing the feeling of being chosen. You are living from the feeling of being aligned. And alignment changes the kind of love that finds you. It will not be loud. It will not be urgent. It will not confuse your body. It will feel familiar in the safest way, like recognition instead of excitement. Angel numbers like 808 may appear when you feel especially grounded, reflecting balance becoming permanent. Seeing 208 during moments of stillness may confirm that partnership energy is now responding to your wholeness, not your longing. Stay with this message, because this is the final layer before the story completes itself naturally. You are no longer oriented toward arrival, you are oriented toward resonance. What resonates will stay. What doesn't will pass without resistance. And that ease is not something you force, it's something you earned through growth. Breathe into that. Let the sense of belonging deepen. You are not waiting for love to show up and make your life feel real. Your life is already real, already full, already grounded. And from this place, the true love meant for you will not knock loudly, rush in, or demand proof. It will recognize you quietly, step in with respect, and feel at home, because you finally feel at home in yourself. It's settled as direction, not a push forward, not a sudden leap, but a calm knowing of where you are headed even without seeing the full path. This message is for you because after belonging comes orientation, the moment your life starts facing the right way without you forcing it. You may have noticed that your choices now seem to line up naturally, that certain doors no longer interest you, that some conversations feel unnecessary before they even begin. That's not indecision. That's discernment activated. Listen to this carefully, because discernment is what replaces confusion when growth completes a cycle. Your heart needs this right now because you are no longer wandering emotionally. You are oriented. And orientation changes how love, timing, and opportunity approach you. Your true love feels this as a shift in momentum. Not urgency, not pressure, but inevitability. They sense that your life is moving somewhere clear, and clarity is magnetic to what belongs and uncomfortable to what doesn't. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this stage is subtle and powerful. You are no longer asking life, what should I do next? You are simply noticing what feels aligned and moving there without resistance. That ease didn't come from luck, it came from integration. Everything you've learned about yourself. Your boundaries, your nervous system, your worth, your pace, has consolidated into direction. And direction does not need reassurance. Listen gently, because your true love now encounters you as someone whose life has momentum independent of them. That doesn't push them away, it removes pressure. It tells them that if they walk beside you, it will be by choice, not dependency. That realization matures love quickly. Angel numbers may appear now around moments of movement rather than reflection. You might notice 139 when making a small decision, signaling self-leadership in action. You might see 739 when you feel clear about letting something go, confirming that wisdom is guiding your steps. These are not signs asking you to pause, they are confirmations that motion is now safe. This message is for you because you are no longer meant to second-guess your forward movement out of fear of leaving someone behind. What is meant to walk with you will keep pace. What cannot will fall back naturally without drama. Listen carefully, because this is where love meets reality. Your true love may now feel a quiet urgency, not panic, but awareness that you are not standing still anymore. That awareness doesn't require you to slow down. It requires them to decide how they move. And you are no longer responsible for managing that decision. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. You are finally living from a future that doesn't need to be negotiated emotionally. You're not dragging the past with you to justify your steps. You're not over-explaining your direction. You trust it. And trust simplifies everything. You may notice that anticipation feels different now. It's not anxious. It's not desperate. It's open. You are curious about what's ahead without being attached to how it arrives. That curiosity is healthy. Angel numbers like 8, 3-9 may appear when you feel grounded while moving forward, reflecting balance between action and presence. Seeing 2-39 during moments of calm motion may confirm that partnership energy is aligning with your direction, not pulling against it. Stay with this message, because this is where the story begins to close in the most natural way possible. You are no longer waiting for permission to move into your life. You are moving, thoughtfully, steadily, in alignment. Whatever comes next will meet you on the road, not call you back to the starting point. Breathe into that. Let direction guide you without rushing you. You are no longer lost, paused, or circling. You are on your way. And from this place, love that belongs with you will not need to catch up dramatically, it will simply recognize the direction you're already walking and choose to walk with you. Don't scroll, stay with this, because this is where the universe gently closes the loop. The true love you once waited for no longer defines your direction. Not because love failed, but because love matured inside you first. You now understand that real love doesn't arrive to rescue you from uncertainty, it arrives to walk beside you when uncertainty no longer rules you. And that understanding has restructured your entire emotional world. You may notice that memories feel lighter now. Not erased, not dismissed, just integrated. They don't pull you backward or demand meaning. They exist as part of a life that kept moving forward. That is completion. Listen gently, because completion doesn't feel like triumph. It feels like relief. Relief from needing things to resolve in a specific way. Relief from rehearsing endings. Relief from emotional suspense. Angel numbers may still appear, but now they feel like quiet acknowledgments rather than guidance. You might notice 11:59 during moments of stillness, signaling a chapter finishing cleanly. You might see 12:34 when you're grounded, confirming that the path ahead is unfolding step by step without force. These are not signs asking you to wait. They are signs reminding you that you're free to live. This message is for you because the final gift was never something arriving from the outside. The gift was self-trust becoming permanent. You trust your timing. You trust your instincts. You trust your ability to walk forward without dragging the past behind you. And from that place, love no longer feels like a question. It feels like recognition. Whatever or whoever is meant to walk with you next will not need you to pause your life, explain your worth, or dull your clarity. They will meet you where you stand because where you stand is solid. Don't scroll, because this is the truth meant to settle your heart. You didn't lose anything real along the way. What fell away could not keep pace with who you became. And what remains, or what comes next, will not ask you to compromise your peace to receive it. Listen carefully, because this is the moment where destiny stops feeling mysterious and starts feeling practical. You are no longer living in anticipation of love, you are living in alignment with it. Your days are no longer shaped by waiting, but by presence. Your future is no longer something you negotiate emotionally. It is something you walk toward steadily, with clarity and self-respect. Angel numbers like 9:5-9 may appear when you feel especially calm, signaling a karmic cycle closing with grace. Seeing 3:59 during moments of reflection may confirm that wisdom has fully integrated into how you live, not just how you think. Stay with this message, because the ending you've reached is not dramatic, it is stable. And stability is what allows real love, real partnership, and real life to finally enter without disruption. Breathe into this final truth. You are not standing at the edge of something anymore. You are standing inside your life. And from this place, whatever is meant to meet you will do so without urgency, without confusion, and without fear. It will recognize you immediately, not because you waited long enough, but because you became yourself fully. This is not the end of your story. This is the point where your story stops being about who might arrive and starts being about how deeply you live. And from here, everything that belongs with you will find you naturally, because you are no longer searching, you are aligned.